Okay, this time we're going to look at the arc command. We have several different arcs here. What I'm going to do is, before I put these arcs in, I want to put some points in. Now the points we can put in are located right here. But what I want to do first is I want to change the point type. To do that, if I type in dd point type and click on this word over here, I get the point style up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in an X. If you put in a dot, it sometimes can be hard to see. So I'm going to put in an X, and I'm going to put in some points. Now I'm going to put in a point at, let's go 0, 1. I want to put another one in at 0, 0, and another one at 0, -1. Okay, so I've got some different points in there. All right, so now if we go into the points, we've got, or this arc, we've got a 3-point here. So if we pick 3 points, okay, that is rather difficult, but it does use those 3 points to create an arc. But if we do a 3 points, anytime you pick 3 points, it has to fit that arc in between those 3 points, or in those 3 points. Let me put another point in out here, and let's put one at 1, 0, so that if I do that again, let's pick here, there, and there, and you can see it fits that in there quite nicely. Okay, let's go in now, and I'm going to put in one more point at -1, 0. Okay, so I've got all those different locations. And if I do start, center, end, if I say I want the start to be, and let's see, I'm going to go down and turn on my settings. I'm going to turn that on to node, and I'll just be able to pick those points. So if I go, I want the start to be here, the center to be here, and the end to be here. Okay, so that's one type of an arc. Well, let's see, let's do that again. I want the start to be here, the center to be here, and the end to be out here. So again, it has to fit that arc using those different points, and it starts here. This sets up the radius, and then this sets up the end. If we chose to do that as center, start, end, now we would have to pick this as my center, this as my start, and this is my end. So it's the same, you end up with the same thing, but it's just the order that you picked them in. Well, let's see, center, start, angle, we can do that, or excuse me, start. So the start is right here, center is here, and then the angle, wherever we pick the point, that will determine what the angle is going to be. And that didn't work out very well, did it? So let's do it again. The start here, the center here, and if we pick here, then it goes 270 degrees. So that sets up the angle. You can also, if you use that, you start here, center, and if you actually, you can type in the value. Let's say we want to make it 135. Okay, so that would put it at that angle of 135. So you can type that value in as well as clicking it. Start, center, length. So I'll start here, I'll use that as a center, and then I can type in some length, or I can use this to actually set up the chordal length. So that's, you're setting up a chordal length when you do that, and you can see that by the icon there. Start, center, and let's say we want to go all 1 inch. Okay, so that means if I draw a line from this endpoint, that node to this endpoint, if we double click that, we can see that the length is 1 inch. So again, those quick properties are pretty nice. and that's just double clicking the object when there's nothing in the command line. Start end angle. Okay, if we start here and we end here, okay, and then give some kind of an angle, that sets up the radius of that. So we set right there. Okay, and that was start end angle. But you have to have, that's the start and that's the end. I mean, that's how you picked them. And then this helps set up the angle for that. Really not used a lot. Then we've got start end direction. Start there, end there, and then depending on what the direction is and the angle. Okay, so we go there, and notice that's setting up a tangent line on that. So that's what's setting up there. Or if we go this direction, it's going to go this way. Again, not one that you use a lot. Start end radius. There's my start, there's my end, and you have to tell it what value you want for the radius. Okay. And that's very similar to the last one. Then we've got center start end. Well, we need this to be the center, we want that to start, and we want that to be the end, which is again similar to start center end, just the way you're defining the points. Center start angle, so center here, start there, angle. Again, if we went here, that would be 180, wouldn't it? If we go here, it's 270. So again, that's very similar to the one we had up here where we used start center angle. It's just a matter of which order you picked them in. So those are the main ones that you'll use in the arc command. And then we talked a little bit about the just some display points.